Hey, what's up, guys? We are going over Phase 3 raids today. We finally have the release date. The, let's see, August 27th. Big D, what's up? Thank you for the sub, dude. How are you doing? We got the official release date today. Like Temple coming the 27th. What's up, Kibby? Add nerfs? I don't think so. There weren't any, like in OGBT Hajal. So I'd be very surprised if they made like new nerfs, you know? Also, the raid difficulty is already tier 5, basically. I would say it is honestly probably the same as post nerf tier 5, not even pre nerf. I mean, like, we're gonna watch some videos here of my guild doing it week 1 last TBC, and we had like 19 or 20 people for a lot of it, so it it's a very, very easy raid. It's not gonna be a step up at all. Like, the just baseline BT Hajal is right out of the box, no nerfs or anything. It's as easy as the things we've already had. What's up, Eric? It's going well, dude. We're kind of just in the holding pattern right now, waiting for like Classic Plus and eventually Wrath Anniversary, all that stuff. Kind of a little lull period right now. Just been getting a lot of ARPG gaming in. But I mean, as soon as September hits, I think Classic Plus hype is going to be through the roof, and I mean, I think we'll be playing it pretty shortly after that too. So it's going to be, we're going to be firing on all cylinders for WoW pretty soon. What's up, Ness? Minor changes to certain fights. That's about it. I recall like one random like little change to like Shiraz, maybe, or maybe like a few changes to Shiraz, but I think that's just what they gave us last TBC, right? I think we just get the version we had last TBC for sure. Because I remember a blue post last TBC where they're like, yeah, there's like no changes basically. So we're just giving you this. And I think it'll be the same. So then our version exceeded their expectations. I mean, yeah, baseline BT Hajal is just on its own, like essentially already nerfed. Yeah. How's it going, Tuss? It is kind of a weird one. It's the only one just like out of the box. It's actually just really easy. BT Hajal nerf? Nope. There aren't any like historical nerfs for it really. And last TBC there wasn't. It is like an easier raid though. So it's essentially a nerfed raid just on its own without actually getting any nerfs. Like the bosses have the same HP. I think Illidan has like almost the same HP as like Lurker Below, at least like pre-nerf Lurker Below. It's kind of crazy. No, there were no nerfs in the previous TBC Classic, and like the historical like OG nerfs, they're like very minor adjustments to like Mother Shiraz and stuff like that. Nowhere near to the point of like tier 5. Tier 5 just had crazy nerfs like across the board. BT Hajal, no nerfs, but also just easy on its own. What's up, Genius? Who thinks they will bring something pre-nerf is Delulu. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, there just isn't like a pre and post nerf version of BT Agile. The real question is like, what do they do with Sunwell? Because like Sunwell doesn't have nerfs either, other than like, the Wrath pre-patch stuff. They've never introduced like early pre-patch nerfs to anything in WoW, so that'd definitely be a new thing. It would be setting a precedent, I think, but We'll see what happens. 'Cause, I mean, Sunwell is just leaps and bounds more difficult than anything we've had in TBC. Even I think the easiest boss in Sunwell is gonna be harder than anything we've had in TBC up to that point. Like, I don't think anything we have is, like, harder than, Kalikos even. Not hijacking TBC hype, but when we get in siege stacking nerf. Like Siegecrafter? Or what do you mean? The Fair World thing? Yeah, just yeah, Sunwell, Wild Cape Pre-Pass, easy. That'd be so sad, dude. Man, pre-patch, well, yeah, because when you do Sunwell at pre-patch, you do have all the new player power, that comes with the new talents and everything. It is clo I think it still would be easier. It would be a bigger change than, like, pre-nerf to post-nerf tier 5, probably. Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Siege of Org had a stacking nerf like ICC and DS. Did it actually? That was not on my radar at all. I didn't know about that. If MOP is gonna become a, like, trophy case server and just be MOP era, that would make a lot of sense. I mean, that is something that could, you know, give it some level of longevity. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be more than, a few thousand players, that would continue to play MOP long term. I don't think it would reach classic era levels, the 10 to 20,000 range. I think it would definitely be a lot lower than that, but I can't really see like any Siege of War grades existing if there wasn't some kind of stacking nerf thing. But if there was like a 30% buff or debuff or whatever, could actually see some people that continue to play it. All right. Before we hop into this too, you guys got any questions on like any general questions? We're gonna be going over like all the bosses, all the trash have footage for. I think I have most of it. Um, yeah, we'll be just kind of reviewing everything. But if you guys got any like general questions and like gearing stuff, anything like that, we can go over that. I did just add a new section to the guide about trinkets today. I did a lot of simming. It's actually kind of easy for choosing your trinkets next phase. Let me just show the guide real quick. So in phase 3 gearing, we have this new trinkets section. Let's see. Up air copy character to retail for achievements. Man, I don't know. I don't know if they'll allow the copy. That'd be crazy though. By the way, you guys see that thing about the GM that was helping his friends in M plus? Touch of Death and stuff for them? Crazy. As someone that didn't do TBC Classic, how would this compare to SSC TK? Is it a jump up? No. No. It's 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 a little bit of a step down from pre-nerf tier 5, but it's just, same difficulty level as post-nerf tier 5. So there's going to be no difficulty step up for this raid. It's just going to be business as usual. Mother Shiraz nerf. In the OG there was. I don't remember I think they had the OG Mother Shiraz nerf in the last TBC, but whatever version we had last TBC is surely what we're getting. Any tier 5 setup for Illidan CTC? Yeah, we got that in here too. So in the guide, we got like a Illidan week 1 shear set. Pull that up. So when you're looking at 60 up, this boss avoidance or boss avoidance holy shield and boss mischance, those are the main two things you're looking at. You want boss avoidance holy shield minus boss mischance to equal 100% or more. This boss metric already factors in the reductions from level difference, so overall, you're going for 101.8% dodge, parry, and block, but this has already taken out that 1.8% of reductions for you. So only looking for 100% there. But this is an example of like a week 1 set. Basically, just lots of block rating gear. That's the most efficient way to get there. Most likely, you're going to have some upgrades, you know, by the time you get here. So you can you know, figure out maybe you get, you get a few upgrades, you slot them in and, move stuff around. Maybe pick up an extra anticipation point. We actually did put this with a 3 or a 5 out of 5 deflection. So if you have only 3 out of 5, you would just add like basically an enduring gem, I think gets it there. Council's tough. Sort of. I don't know. I mean, it's tough relative to TBC Classic, where you've like literally not fought a single boss that, has any amount of pushback at all. But in the, broader, at least classic, sense, it's still pretty easy. That was the last time you recommended a much tankier week 1 Illidan set. Did that end up being overkill? Can't remember. Yeah, so I mean, you gotta think I'm now writing this from the perspective of like solo tanking it, and in that gear, I mean, I'm wearing like all this fire res gear. We got like all this stuff that is making us like weak as hell, and it's like still fine. It's really up to you what you want to do there. You can definitely go a little tankier route. For the most part, great tanky though. I mean, we got a Sam trinket on there. I don't know that that's something I'll actually wear myself, but yeah, I mean, there's a few adjustments you can make, like throwing the Royal Gauntlets of Silver Moon. You'd have to make up for the block rating on here somewhere, but stuff like that. When you died, the most dangerous part of Illidan is the first, like, second of the fight. If your healers aren't pre-spamming you, you'll actually die a lot of the time if you get unlucky. What's up, Keg? Never did BT, is it fun? I'm pretty sure you did BT with me like 30 times, but you might have blocked it out from your memory because I think, got 1 Skull of Gul'dan ever? Or did we get 0? I think it was 1. That was really unlucky. That sucked. What's up, Oberon? It's almost One Piece Sunday. Did I do good DPS? You did, I think. Got 1 in Magic Quit. Did he? I thought he was there. Was he not there through, like, Sunwell? We will be watching, some, stuff you'll be in here. What's up, Kelly's? A few tries if you haven't done it before. Very easy once you know the basics. Yeah, a lot of it comes down to the mage. I'm trying to remember what we had our mage do. They would obviously spell steal and then like kite around. I I remember the tech changing a few times on that fight, like what we were doing. I think the mage was literally like kiting around up the ramp and stuff though. I do remember probably like half our webs were just some issue with the spell steal though. So I mean, as long as the mage can spell steal, I think you'll be totally fine. Yeah, around the back. I think it was because it like put him out of range to be able to do the AoEs on the raid, I want to say. Remember me tanking in Sunwell. Yeah, on twins, right? That'd be the one. Yep. Up the ramp and around. As long as your mage like knows what to do, I feel like you have a pretty low chance to wipe, right? Oh, you had to dispel them? Yeah, that could be. That'll be part of the homework session, the big review here. Channeled my inner Sean, never had aggro issues. Love it, dude. Spamming that searing pain. God, I can't wait for that fight again. It's so good. Whole raid gets conflagged. Hell says I have a mage job or two, Ink. You definitely do, dude. You definitely do. You're gonna be the MVP, KB, on council. One button class player. You'd like PoE then. You playing? Alright, let's hop into it. This is just very free form. We're just going through everything. Any questions you guys have, any input you guys have. This is all review. I haven't looked at this stuff. I mean, most of it since last TBC, so this is kind of just like a group homework session here. For Hyjal Trash though, this is your spot right here. So drop cons in the road. Pull back here for, you know, anything that has casters in it. This first pack, just ghouls. The ghouls are really easy. Prop out your owns on ghouls. It's low damage, high volume kind of stuff. I don't know why we pulled all the way back here. You definitely don't need to for the ghouls. Maybe for NPCs, but like, you can definitely fight further up there. One thing people will do too, if you're in more of a gamer group, you'll actually fight over on their spawn over there too. That's something that we transition to later. Yeah, where is the DPS meter? I don't know where it is. So, yeah, if you're this is like the super safe like place to fight everything. If you want to be more of a gamer, they spawn over here. There's like an undead base over there. They're gonna spawn over there. Gamer groups will just fight them on their spawn. And then you'll like fight the bosses over there too. Seed and Mage AoE set, dude. Yeah, that's what it's all about. So you got the ghouls, just really basic, like melee attacks, super easy. The Crypt Fiends can be a little bit annoying. I mean, if you fought any Crypt Fiend mob in the game, it's the same deal. They shoot out the little beetle guy, and this is nice. Just you come around the corner here, just group everything up here. But again, depending on your guild, you may fight here. You may just fight on the spawn. Where is there a way I can see just want to see all the chapters like on the side. I don't know if I can. Might have to just go here. Yeah, WAD P1 review. My WAD P1 review is not happening. Unfortunately. So this is pretty much all you do here. There's specific waves where things get like kind of dicey. Okay, so here you now have necros. The necros. God, what's the name of the necro? Shadowy necromancer. I need to double check the abilities. There's shout bolts you need to kick. Shadowy necromancer. Wowpedia. Wowpedia is really good about having the abilities. Oh, Unholy Frenzy. Yeah, this was sick. So your priest can actually MC these guys, and Unholy Frenzy DPS in your raid gives them 100% attack speed. This is pretty awesome. Yeah, the Shadow Bolt, I mean, that's part of why you're line of sighting. You can also interrupt it, obviously. In some later waves, too, there might be a ton of these guys, like 8 of them. If they all shout bowl you at the same time, obviously you're just gonna instantly die. Some things that can help are like arcane bombs are great. But otherwise, you know, interrupts, AoE stuns, all this stuff's stunnable. They got cripple, just attack speed, movement speed reduction. Who's number 1 on damage done? Is it Gak? Oh my god, it's Gak. Who is that guy? You should make videos. So one thing you can do is you have necromancers assigned. You'll like mark them, have certain DPS assigned to kick each one. If you're in less of a gamer group, that's going to be a lot more important. If you're more of a gamer group, then you're probably just instant killing everything, and there's AoE stuns and silences and stuff, arcane bombs being used, things like that. And you would be like actually fighting them on their spawn too. Let's see, do we have an A-bomb? No A-bomb yet. The A-bombs are pretty scary. Okay, we got an A-bomb now. These guys stun. This is a place you want to use free action pods. There's just a lot of them too. This is kind of danger zone here. This is where you can die. If you don't free action pot this, you get stunned. You have all these ghouls that you were almost fully blocking, you know? I mean, trying to see there. I mean, you're blocking a significant amount of the ghoul damage, and then you get stunned, and now you're all that damage that you were pretty much negating completely is all happening to you. It very quickly becomes pretty dangerous. They also have an aura. Let's see. What was it? Is it just Abomination? I'm to see the exact name. I think it's actually just Abomination. Yeah, just Abomination. Abomination. Wait, there's gotta be disambiguation. As well. No side stream. Just wasn't around for Tuesday. I am getting ready, Ray, though. I think I'm gonna do that PoE league you're in. I looked it up. It's the Conflux one, right? So yeah, they just have a AoE cloud around them. Does a little bit of damage. This is the big deal, though. The 2-second stun. This is where you can die very, very quickly. So anytime, and the A-bombs just hit harder than the ghouls to begin with. So anytime there's A-bombs, you should be pretty alert. Good to use FAPs on them. Good to, you know, just be ready. Like, this is where you're going to take a lot of damage. A-bomb waves. Why do people play private league on launches? I mean, look up the Conflux League. I read their like kind of their posts about what they're about and like why they do it. It convinced me, dude. I was like, damn, that actually sounds great. It's basically a big group found thing. We'll both play I don't think you're gonna play Cyclone, but I will. It's pretty much like a anti-bot thing. Like basically what they say is they're tired of um like chasing the div per hour version of the game uh and like all the bots and everything, and so they're like a very like community focused like group found thing. It sounds cool. I'll check it out. What's up, Dreamer? How we doing? Tried Torchlight Infinite as another ARPG? Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I played Torchlight in the past, but not Infinite. In trade, play to make currency per hour, and privately you play to find your gear. Yeah, I like that a lot more. I've been playing a lot of D4 solo self-found. I'm definitely a fan. Like solo self-found or even like a group found kind of thing. I'm all about it. I like that a lot more. It kind of feels like cheating, you know, when you just like buy your best gear. I don't know. It is a lot more straightforward in D4 though, I think, to create your own gear than PoE. PoE is a lot more complicated. Chilling. I'm just I'm chilling too, but we're also reviewing a big P3 homework sesh. Brain way too small for PoE 1. Yeah, same. But I still try. All right, so we've gone over the 4 mob types here. We got ghouls, regular melee mobs, don't do anything special. Crypt fiends, ranged, small amount of damage. Necromancer, shout bolts, which if there's lots of them, that can really add up if those casts are actually going off on you. Just watch those casts. You are definitely in the danger zone if multiple of those are hitting you all at once. You get hit by 4 shadow bolts, you're taking 10k damage all at once. Keep that in mind. A-bombs, 2-second stun, that's the big thing to worry about, which makes the ghouls go from not dangerous at all to very dangerous, because you're not dodging, parrying, blocking, missing any other stuff. That previous wave 2, you probably saw, I think it has 6 A-bombs, which is pretty wild. That's a scary wave, for sure. One thing you can do, too, you can have multiple tanks like separate who's tanking A-bombs so that you don't have like all of them on you, or a tank that has a free action potion available is tanking all of them and can't be stunned, that kind of stuff. P3 and which version? TBC. Yeah, this is TBC. Calling you so I can help get my tank perspective. I don't think you have a tank perspective. Well, maybe you do. You played Tank Classic, right? So yeah, you see all those shout bolts there? That is potentially scary. You saw 3 shout bolts were about to go off on me. That would have been, you know, half my HP gone if those didn't get interrupted. The A-bombs too, stumble like everything else. Hodge, great on them. And then Rage Winter Chill. By the way, this footage is all week 1. So this is just tier 5 gear, no BT Hajjal gear. So Rage Winter Chill is gonna block people to stun. Does percentage Rage Winter Chill PD. Actually, we could I think we can just go to the Wowhead one. It probably has everything. Raids. Possible for Druids to tank Illidan? Technically possible, but feasible no, because they'd have to reach 100% Well, 101.8%, or they'd have to have 100.6% dodge because they can't parry. You can't miss on it, and then Druids can't block. So yeah, you would need 100.6% dodge. So if you could reach that, Albert, you can do it. I mean, even if you could get like kind of close to it, if you could hit like 90%, 95%, like on average, you're probably fine. I think because there'd be a low chance that sure would hit you, and then if it did, you would probably avoid enough to not die during the debuff. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the number would be, but I would think like 85, 90%, somewhere around there would be like pretty safe on average if you wanted to. And definitely get RNG'd still, but because like the melees that come after you get sheared, you have mischance on those. So you will actually be a lot closer to 100% chance to avoid those. So yeah. You could. I don't know if I've seen a druid tank it, but theoretically you could. How much like dodge are you druids rocking right now? Like temple raid overview? Maybe? Save that one. Oh, 36 almost? Okay, not quite there. Well, if you can get to like 85% plus, I think it's probably doable. Alright, Rage, Winter Chill. So... yeah, this is it. The Ice Bolt. Target random raiders with Ice Bolt. This can go on the tank. This could potentially hit you. So it's going to do like 5,000 average damage, stun for 4 seconds, and then the stun 2,500 per second. So in total, you're taking on average like 15k damage from this. Then, yeah, this is actually really annoying. He has frost armor, so you just get 25% reduced attack speed. You can freedom though. You can cleanse it. There's also got Frost Nova, just roots, and your Death and Decays. It's gonna be 15% max HP per second. Obviously, the Frost Nova and D&D combo, not good. If he D&Ds on melee, you need to just move the boss. You can get out of Frostbolt with like a PvP trinket. This boss is gonna die really quick though. I don't think it's really worth it to have the PvP trinket. You can also just bubble out of it too. So, I mean, the probability that you take 2 of them and you bubble one, you trinket another, pretty low. So he's in D&D right now, trying to move him. Actually, wait, does he? Oh yeah, he just channels it the whole time. Yeah, this is actually super annoying. I forgot about this. He sits there and channels it the whole time. So, I mean, you can just kind of stay in there. And, you know, as we get more into farm, people will just stand in it. This is a fight too. He doesn't hit hard at all. People are gonna be 2-hand tanking this for sure. You might also be fighting him over there. If you are in a like gamer group that's just fighting on the spawn, you won't have these NPCs or anything. You'll just be killing him way over there. Post nerf as well. There aren't really like nerfs to BT Hazel, but it is post nerf tier 5 difficulty just baseline. So it won't be like a step up. Like the bosses have similar HP to bosses in tier 5. I mean, Rage has what, 4 million and like nothing's really happening. And you have NPCs doing damage too. The NPC damage is actually crazy too, especially in the Horde base. If you have like Thrall and like Taurens on a boss, from what I recall, they can account for like 15% of the total damage done. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. Pretty easy. Okay. So yeah, that's Ridge Marshall, very easy intro. And then Antheron Trash is gonna be more of the same. Just wanted to click around really quick, see if there's any like super dangerous waves. Obviously, any A-bomb wave. Try to have most of them or all of them on a tank with a FAP available. Makes it easy. Why are hunters so good? Hunters are good, dude. They're very powerful. And the next base is the trash starts getting a little scarier. Iron shield pots aren't a bad idea here either. Obviously, if you do that, you won't be able to FAP, but it will last longer than one wave. So it's a way to gain extra survivability. Like you will be taking those stuns, but you'll be way tankier for the stun. So it can be worth it. Strathholm Holy Water too. I forgot about that. This is pretty nice in here. Can get a little extra threat that way. Lots of undead stuff in here. All right. Oh. Whoa, what did we die to there? Oh god, and Theron trash reclear. Let's see. Oh, we wiped it at Theron apparently. This is like the week one. I don't know what we wiped to, but so basically you're gonna have Raid like spread out. He's gonna do this carrion swarm, does damage and puts a healing debuff on people. So you just don't want that to hit the entire raid all at once. As a tank, it's better that you're in a direction that fewer people are, so you're like less likely to take that. He's gonna drop this Infernal also. There's a couple ways to handle this. You can solo tank it. If you solo tank it, they do have this aura, so oof, yeah, that's not good. I'm not sure why Drew didn't have that right away, but you can solo tank this. You just want to make sure, like, try position so the Infernal is, away from the melee, and it's, you know, to the back a bit, and melee can stand, like, max range. It's also gonna sleep people. The Infernal, I think it's 2,000 damage a tick aura, so you can wear some fire res for that if you want to. It can either be tanked next to the boss and just be careful about the aura, or just tank it super far away from everything if you want to be ultra safe, which is apparently what we opted for here. Good TBC after like week 2 SSC TK. More than enough for me. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I like TBC, but I'm Very excited for Wrath. Just lotion, cac. That's it. Just a little lotion every day and stay hydrated. Reflected a Shadow Bolt on one shot myself? Wait, reflected a Shadow Bolt on on Reliquary? So yeah. Ideally here, just tank it next to boss, but away from melee. And then moving on to the Horde base. We're gonna start seeing some new trash here. So all this stuff comes from the front here. There is a like barrel somewhere around here, a crate where the mobs will teleport to you. If you're ready for it, that can be a very good thing. Get them all grouped up and everything. If you're not ready for it, it could like insta kill you. I think it's like these crates right here. Basically you would drop a cons out in the road there. So you have aggro on everything, and then you would um move on to the crate. It would cause everything to like teleport to you. Very easy grouping. Everything too expensive, couldn't keep up. Yeah, that's fair, dude. I really think they should add consumables and profession mats to the badges of justice. It would solve a lot of problems. There'd be more hero groups. Consumables would be much more affordable. So here, you're gonna start getting gargoyles here. These guys don't do much. They're just very annoying because they're in the air. So there's a couple ways to deal with them. You're gonna need to. Oh yeah, we got by the scrolls there. So you're gonna try to get thread on them, and then you drag back. That causes them to like slowly come to the ground. There's also like houses and stuff. You could like go in here. That'll cause them to like fly down and kind of group up here. I'm trying to remember if there was like good tech to get like all of this stuff. I feel like later we figured out a really good way to get all of these at once. It might be as simple as just having like 8 people that have ranged attacks hit them and then hide over here. That could be it. But yeah, these guys are annoying. Just try to group them up by line of sighting as quickly as you can. Oh, oops. And it there. Kaiser go. So this is just more of the same stuff. You can use this as just like a line of sight area, but you can also use the crates if you want everything to teleport. Discord comms are hidden, dude. Can't give away all the secrets. You're also gonna start getting banshees somewhere in here. I love that they just run through all the like spikes and everything. You could also potentially use Holy Wrath here. You just gotta, cast it at the right time, precast it, so hopefully it goes off at a good time. Again, interrupts are really important on these. Blood Elf is great here with AoE interrupts. Yeah, everybody in the raid should be trying to hit those and then line of sighting, get them down really quick. Where are the banshees? Maybe are they not till Asgalore? Maybe not. Frostworms and banshees are the two we haven't seen yet. Oh, there we go. There's a Banshee. They silence, I believe. Oh yeah, anti-magic shell too. That's very annoying. So melee on them can pre-stun them before they cast that too. This is also very annoying. The curse, the reduce hit 50%. Then they also have just a direct damage Shadow Bolt. So the combination of those plus the Necromancers can instant kill you as tank. Newt, what's up? Thanks for guys main tanking my guild run now. Nice, dude. Nice. That's huge. You excited for phase 3? Oh man, Kex on YouTube that too. Kex at all the chats. All right. So yeah, it's just being aware of the spell damage and being aware of A-bombs stunning you, causing problems. Then Kazragal. Once you're like farming, or if you're in a gamer group, you're just gonna fight him like right up where he spawns. Otherwise, you may want to drag him to Thrall and drag him to the Torrens. They do a lot of damage, but it's not really necessary. If you think your group might have any amount of trouble with him, you can get them for extra dam. He's gonna War Stomp, just stuns. He drains your mana too, so it's very good to have prop high main tanking this. So you take damage and get your mana back from getting healed. The Mark of Kazragal, I believe. What does it do? Does it stun you? It does something when you run out of mana, or it blows up. Yeah. 3,000 mana over 5-second drain. If you don't have mana, you blow up and do 10k to 11k to yourself and others around you. So you really don't want to run out of mana. Easiest way for prop A to not run out of mana is tanking and taking damage. It does have a big cleave. Make sure you don't kill people with that. Oh yeah, it is divided too. I forgot about that. It's a split damage cleave. You can solo tank it. If you want to be really safe week 1 though, just have like a Feral Druid also be in front of the boss to soak it with you. It's not necessary, but it makes it safer. We can... Let's double check the damage taken on that. Malevolent Cleave. Okay. So this is only me taking the damage. 25k unmitigated, so I mean it's hitting for 7,500, 8k on me. Decent amount. That's without the soak. And then let's see, is it an on next hit or an instant? It looks like it's probably instant. Let's see. Yeah, we have a 2-second swing timer. It's probably a parry. Look further down, instant. Yeah, no, it does look like it is. Oh, you're saying right there. Yeah. So that does make it a lot scarier because like Magtheridon's was an on next hit, which made it a lot less scary. This one is just straight up instant. So let's see. Yeah, it's a 13k on mid, like regular melees. Plus, you could take that. So keep that in mind. He is going to potentially be pretty bursty, and you're going to be getting stunned. I would use free action pots here too. Can also bubble out of a stun. Just got to be very quick to cancel it. Yo, Soul. Doing well. How you been? What are you playing these days? You playing TBC or what? Yeah, this fight's pretty quick. Thrall does a ton of damage here. One thing to keep in mind, if Thrall does ever die, that everything just resets. There is a bug too with the horde base where sometimes mobs will spawn under the ground and just not be attackable ever, and you have to um like reset your instance at that point. It's very annoying. It wastes a lot of time. I think we ran into it maybe 2 or 3 times last TBC. It's not crazy common. It doesn't happen every single time, but it happens enough that like you'll probably see it at some point. So just be aware of that. Super annoying. Oh, you're gaming with Jimmy? What guild you guys are in with? Or Asgalore. Asgalore is gonna have some new trash. Oh, there we go. Oh, Infernals, yes. So the Infernals, they're gonna drop all over kind of the base. They do have a ticking aura. Be aware of that. If you tank it, if you have a bunch of them and you tank it next to people, they can die very quickly. It's 700 damage aura. So you don't want to have like all of them together, but I mean, if you're in a gamer group, you could, but I think most guilds probably just want a few infernals in at a time, so it's not overwhelming. Just keep picking up new ones. Hollis, what's up? I'm glad you've learned a lot, dude. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully, you'll learn even more. That's the goal. Working on all the phase 3 stuff right now. This is our homework right now. Oh, this is the super scary wave. This is Asgore wave 6? Yeah. Okay. Asgore wave 6. You'll see there are a million casters here. If all or most of these things shadow bolt you at once, you just die. So be very, very scared here. You need to have good interrupts. AoE stuns, AoE silences, arcane bombs are incredible for this wave. This is the scary tank wave. Asgore wave 6. Just kind of keep that one in your memory. Make sure you line of sight. We talked about the crates too. You should be able to get up there to make them all teleport to you and get a really good stack. But whatever you choose to do, your goal is to stack these all on top of each other without having them all shadow bolt you at once, basically. What's up, Kiwi? Oh, you're on YouTube today. I mean, you gotta switch it up sometimes. Yep, we love the arcane bomb. Arcane bomb is bis here. Definitely for week 1 for sure. It's nice to have. It's always good to have, but week 1 it'll be really nice. And yeah, just make sure you handle this wave well because it comes pretty late. It's wave 6. You're gonna waste a lot of time if you die to this and the raid wipes. People can potentially be out of combat here too, so you might be able to get rezzed while people are fighting, but battle reses obviously need to be insta used on tanks. Anytime a tank dies, battle res should be going out. Can banish the infernals if you want. No real need to for that one. That was in a good spot there. Few waves are comfy to have it. Yeah. Super nice for Nagentis. What does it do on Nagentis? Actually don't know that tech. Yep, the mind control. We talked about that earlier, that unholy frenzy buff. People love that. Oh, for the trash after. I got you. Okay. I was like, damn, does it like dispel his shield or like what's the tech there? All right. Just for the trash. Let's see. So as galore. Again, with all of this stuff, if you're in a gamer group, you're probably fighting him right where he spawns. Otherwise, let's fight him over here. Thrall does a ton of damage. It's very easy to get Thrall involved in the fight, so you can gain a lot of damage just having Thrall attacking. You don't need to do the whole, Tauren thing. Main thing is that Thrall is there. Oh, MC for rezzing and delay next wave. Okay. Yeah, could do. Asgore hits pretty hard. He's gonna have this rain of fire. Melee should all be stacked together on like one side max range, so they can move over to the other side if rain of fire goes on them. I believe this rain of fire, I think, puts a dot on you too. So if you just like get hit by it a single time, it actually kind of sucks because you take a lot of the damage just from the dot. Such a long VOD. It's hard to get the right spot here. Um, Apparently it takes a while to tick though, because we didn't get anything there. People are gonna get doomed. It's gonna summon this Doomwalker guy. They're gonna die, spawn the guy. That was kind of crazy. I don't know if that timing always happens, that you get silenced right when it spawns. He's gonna War Stomp, which is why we had him away. You could tank him over there, but it's not like a mob that's gonna be killed. It's just gonna be held the rest of the fight, but big thing is you don't really want your main tank to be getting these war stomps. Asgalore hits pretty hard, and 5 second stun's not great. With the silence though, oh, it is outrangeable. That's right. So that's the reason for the far drop. I guess we were a little too close before. And then uses cripple, attack speed, move speed, debuff. We're getting a few of the. How many did we get total? We got 3 total? 2 total? Actually, we only got 2 the entire fight, so yeah. These aren't really a big deal. And then we got 1 like post fight because the dooms still go off like post fight. Death on this boss fight from that mechanic gotta be brutal on consumers. Oh yeah, god. Yeah. You're just guaranteed to lose like 100 gold. No big deal with buffins. Yeah, so basically keep these away so they don't 5 second stun people. Asgalor has a cleave, so make sure you face him away. You can drag him slightly if the Rain of Fire is in a bad spot. You can also tank push him very easily, so that's just, when you move into the hitbox of a mob, it causes them to move backwards. He's like a huge mob, so he actually moves back a ton if you do that. Gonna solo tank Illidan again? Maybe. I don't know. We might do it again just for fun, for old time's sake. It's not really a good every week strat, but it might be fun to do again one time. Let's see. Yeah. Melee is pretty hard. 19k on mid, 23k on mid, 22k. It looks like his cleave is on next hit, I believe. Yeah, this is the debuff. Also, if you do get hit by Rain of Fire at all, you can see here we get the Rain of Fire tick, and then this is the debuff it puts on you, Unquenchable Flames. So taking even a single tick will make you take all this extra damage. Hardware tank Illidan, best rush I've ever had. Oh hell yeah, dude. Yeah, Prappa has got it pretty easy on that fight because you can just spam Holy Shield. Prappa has to, actually think about Sheer and be like, oh, he's casting Sheer, I need to press shield block. Prappa has got easy. We just spam Holy Shield like normal, and it just works. Okay. So yeah, this isn't too bad. The big thing here is the silence. Obviously, your healer is getting silenced. Holy Pally is great for bubbling it, but other healers will be crying. Let me double check this. Sure we got everything. Oh yeah. So he casts it every 50 seconds and the debuff lasts 20 seconds. As your kill times get quicker, this essentially doesn't even happen. Raid wide silence effect prevents casting for 5 seconds. Shadow school spell. Increase shower resistance, increase the odds of resisting. So healers will have a base chance to resist with Shadow Prot. And then they can potentially wear 1 or 2 pieces they have for Shadow Res to increase the odds there. If all your healers have 1 or 2 Shadow Res pieces on plus Shadow Prot, across all your healers, you have a very high chance of at least somebody resisting each one. Interestingly, this is one of the few silence effects in the game that's actually Shadow School. Most of them are nature. Ever see the Shao Priest tanking Illidan? No. What was that tech? That sounds crazy. Mage in my guild just passed me the spell power Stamneck from SSC reduces silence for Asgard. Dude, perfect, perfect. What's up, Ocean? Yes, I'm still looking for that one myself, but that is useful for a couple fights. Shiraz and Asgore are the two main ones. You can get silenced on Archimond also, but it's an effect that procs when people die, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, the Tidewalker neck or the Blood Furnace Heroic neck, but I mean, who has the Blood Furnace Heroic neck? Probably very few people. If your healers have the silence reduction neck and have one or two SR pieces, though, you should be pretty comfy on this fight. Oh, you're on Twitch now, dude. I can't even keep track of you. All right. You're all over. You're global. Let's see. We got anything interesting here? Oh yeah, everybody's gonna have this medallion of Careboard too. 40 shower his neck. Obviously, it kind of sucks that it's a neck because you do want to have the silence reduction here. But if you don't have a silence reduction neck as a healer, that could be worthwhile. All right, I want to let's see. Look at that spell too. Is it actually just yeah, 50,000 yard range? Okay, so you cannot outrange it. So I mean, realistically, that Doom can be dropped anywhere. It You just need to be able to reasonably move the mob away from people quickly so nobody's getting AoE stunned by it. That's the only concern. And he hits pretty hard with his melees, but the cleave was for sure next hit, right? Probably parry. Yeah, it looks like we have exactly 2 seconds between all of them. So not super scary. Biggest thing is the silence. That is a fight most people will have a feral tank, but totally fine for prop A to tank it too. And then let's do Archimond. For everybody joining too, this is our week 1 footage from last TBC. This was the first time the raid had ever done this, and we're like 23 manning it. So just for context. Oh, we got 24 now for Archimond. Archimond, another one. A lot of people will have Feral Tank it, but Prop A is totally fine. He does not crush, I do believe. Let me pull up the good old sheet. There's actually a few bosses this phase that don't crush. So that is good to know. Do crush, crush, crush. Oh yeah, what's tauntable? Dude, like nothing's tauntable this phase either. That's crazy. Essence of Anger, Rogue on Council, and Flame of Asnoth are the only tauntable mobs? Why do they do this? Can't taunt any bosses? Crazy. Just woke up and like to see my standards helping. Love it, love it. Click the bomb link and boom, YouTube. It led you astray, dude. What's up, Joe? Okay. Yeah, here we go. Melee, no crush. Okay. So obviously the elemental or the infernal doesn't crush. It's not at level 73. Asgalor. This is very important. Asgalor does not crush. So he is a hard hitting boss, but he doesn't crush. So do not gear for uncrush. You will be wasting your time. You want to go more for HP there, EHP. Archimond also, same deal. No crushes. Supremus does not crush. Do Mother Shiraz Trio. I don't know what does that just mean 3 tanks? I'm not sure which does it show Saberlash damage somewhere? That would be relevant? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if you have 3 tanks, 25.3 to 28k damage. And then Illidan does not crush. And the Ret Pally on Council does not crush. Raz does not crush. These are good ones to keep in mind. Uncrush will have 0 value on those fights. And then in Sunwell, nothing crushes except one of the twins, but you don't really gear for it. You also have the minus 25% penalty, so it's definitely harder. You can still hit on crush, but you have to commit so much to it with the penalty. Not worth it there. All right, let me pull up his abilities really quick. Where was it? Archimond. Yeah, so it does these special abilities when somebody dies. So this boss gets way, way harder if people are dying. It also often creates like a chain of deaths. Because like one of these goes out, which causes somebody else to die, then them dying causes another one to go out. But Priest Mage Warlock dies, you get silenced for 6 seconds and take a bunch of damage. Warrior Rogue Pally dies, you get a 50% increased damage taken debuff. Druid Shaman or Hunter, you get mana drained. So all of these things are bad for prop eyes specifically. Oh, the Finger of Death. So this one, generally you're not gonna see this. When I soloed him in Wrath, I was like moving around a bit and there were some times he cast it. Like if I had moved too quickly, he would just cast it on me and one-shot me. I don't think that's gonna be relevant at all in TBC, but yeah. If it does happen to you, just keep that in mind. The reason you got one shot is because you moved too quickly out of melee, but I think in a raid setting it should be fine. I don't think it's only the main target that has to be in melee, but it could be. So if you encounter this, just make sure you're moving slower if you're trying to move him. So he never is in ranged threat of you. Was a Basher? Is the death touch of the Devious? Yeah, the writing was on the wall. Ooh, mount up while having MD on you, you lose MD. I think was I mounted? Oh, I was mounted. Um yeah, that's good comms. Solo TBC raid bosses on Wrath? Yes, yeah. Prop ally gets really crazy. You can do most of them. Stunwell is really, I think, the only one you can't do until Kata. I was able to fully solo clear Hajjal on Wrath Prop Ally with like end of expansion gear. Insane for gold farming. It's definitely good. Like Magtheridon, that's a staple gold farm for prop allies and Wrath. You can do him starting in phase 1 Bisgear. You can start soloing him. He drops like 500 gold and some other stuff you can sell for even more. So you end up, I think, netting around like 550 gold, but potentially up to like 600 if you're able to sell the gems. Because for some reason, people still buy the epic gems. I don't know why. I was able to fairly consistently sell the epic gems from Mag for 20 to 30 gold. So you could potentially make more, but yeah, it's a staple farm for prop eyes for sure. Easy 500 gold a week, just going in soloing Mag, pays for all your consumes. World bosses too. World bosses are great. They drop like 500 gold and they drop BOE items that sell for a lot. I don't know how much they'll sell for this time because people were pre-buying them for like transmog, I think. And probably we don't, go to Gata and get transmog again, but maybe they give it to us in Wrath. Ooh, the resist on the pull, you hate to see it. Also on this pull, it would definitely be better if we ran through the boss so the melee aren't all coming in, getting parried as they, try to get behind him. Definitely just do the run through and tank him over here so melee can all start behind here. He punches for a little bit. I mean, you see it, 7K there. This is in tier 5 gear, so we don't have all that new armor yet or anything. Big thing, you're just watching for this fire. It's gonna spawn near you, just don't stand in it. Generally, it shouldn't like spawn on you. It should spawn like sort of behind you. You can see how it's like just on the edge of his hitbox here. Or not his hitbox, but his red box, target box. So you should be all right there. I actually tried to remember. Do we get knocked in the air as a tank? I think we do. It's been so long. Maybe we don't actually. I don't think we do. Anybody we got any thoughts on them? Also, Militic, if you want to see any of those solo Wrath bosses, I've got a playlist, I think, that has all of them. It's definitely very, very fun. I was also phase 1 able to solo all Wrath heroics, which was pretty cool. Since it's still potentially like relevant content at that point. Here for sure, move back. But give your melee a good spot here. You can see I'm also taking a lot of damage there because they're all getting parried too. So you for sure want to move back a lot quicker than that. As soon as you see that fire there, just make sure you're moving back. And then he's gonna fear as well. You should have Fear Ward on you as tank here. Um, if you don't have Fear Ward, obviously Tremor. Can't be picked as tank, but people could drop on you. Yes, okay. Yeah, so do pick up your Tears of the Goddess. That's on our 3 button here. Is a slow fall effect, basically. You get it from the NPC as you're coming down the ramp. Taronda is over there. Talk to her. You get the Tears of the Goddess. They'll just give you a slow fall if that does happen. He's gonna pick a random person, shoot them in the air. Um, and yeah, he's gotta use it. But hopefully nobody gets close to you that sends you flying. So you can see here somebody died, most likely to being thrown in the air. And it debuffed the whole rid. Very scary. 10%, the fight's over. He goes over just as an RP thing. So you're only doing 90% of his HP. Checking right now, guides for P3. I'll have some new stuff out pretty soon. The old stuff's pretty outdated. Pre-pull 2-minute fear ward equals fear ward up for second fear. Takes like 90 seconds to get second fear. Oh, perfect, dude. Perfect. Okay. Good comms. So yeah, this is just like the fight's over, RP thing. But that's pretty much all you're doing. You're just, moving, watching the fire that's affecting your melee, move away from it. Make sure you have Fear Ward, or Tremor Totem. Fear Ward's ideal though. Pretty much it. Cannot crush. You can cleanse the fears too. So if you see like a fear is going like long on somebody, they're not getting tremor out, you could. But ideally, you have a tremor in every group. People could be out of range of it though, so you can keep an eye on that if you want. All right. Oh, whoops. I forgot we still got some BT stuff on that one to look at. Agentus. Some of the stuff you can skip. Oh, we got the tier 6 helm of that. Dude, tier 6 is best prop ice at all time. Absolutely goated. Let's see. Coil, Scar. Okay. Forked Lightning. Oh, dude. Yeah, at this point, we had 21 people in the raid. Merge. Oh, okay. They merge onto him. It looks like it's dispellable. What is it? It's a 2-stack buff. Yeah, let's look that up. Aqueous Lord. Aqueous Lord. Wikipedia. Oh, Vow Slime reduces damage and healing. Don't. Okay. Hmm. Frontal cone. Okay. Watch out for that. Face away. What were the little ones called though? I'm assuming it's just a damage buff. Looks like you can dispel it though. Oil scar. The other guy called Aqueous Spawn. Aqueous Spawn. Wowpedia. Causes caster to fuse with its creator, infusing it with power. Regenerates 2% of your total health and mana. Okay. So it's just a heal it gives them, but it stacks also. If this goes on them, just make sure it's getting dispelled. Otherwise, that's why that thing's still full HP. Let's see. I think you can trank that. That was a frenzy. This thing. I think you trank that. Maybe not. I don't know. What was it called? Hydra something? Leviathan? Well, they're not a big deal. The big one you won't worry about is this. This pack owns. I think it was specifically the turtle. I want to say. You do want to for sure Iron Shield Pot and probably Diver Seed this pack though. This is the dangerous pack. I'm guessing I'm gonna die here, but let's see what happens. We don't have an Iron Shield Pot of. Oh god. Yeah, look at the damage. Okay, big damn, big damn. Oh, it's RNG. It can have an elemental. Oh, was that it? Okay. I just remember this pack being like the scariest thing in all of tier 6. These guys with their buff. Crazy attack speed. I mean, look at that guy swinging. General Cleanse CC. Okay, yeah, yeah. I remember that now. Yeah, so if you want to have somebody else, I guess it's the elemental that owns, but dangerous pack. Definitely don't go into that one thinking it's just a regular pack. You can get owned there for sure. This trinket also, by the way, pretty nice. The Bowmaster's Audacity gives you spell power passive, HP on use. So that's great for a pack like that. That's pretty dangerous. You can, get like 2000 extra HP for the pull. And then these mobs, they are not part of the boss. They kind of look like it with how close they are, but you pull these separately. Just don't throw Avenger's Shield because I believe that will chain to him. I don't think there's a good reason for these to be separated. I think they should be together. These are elemental melee attacks, so they hit pretty hard. 5k elemental, 5 to 6k. What's up, Gothic? One time I threw Avenger's Shield at the two mobs before Magma. Ooh. Dude, we had some weird Magma pulls. I can't remember what it was. Something on DK would like always pull it. It was really weird. Might have been the Bloodworm. Can't remember. You just randomly pull sometimes. God, that was the best trash. Dude, somebody's by the entrance and the mob just charges through everything. Alright. Nagentis. I believe he thrashes. He doesn't hit super hard though. This is one that people are going to be two-hand tanking pretty quickly, I think. He does this like AoE. So good to have, separate melee groups. Have everybody like spread out. He's gonna throw the spike at people. You don't gotta worry about that as tank. God. I would actually play Cat again too. At least phase one. Phase one was so good. Cat Buddy is such a vibe. Do you guys remember if you can bop people that get the spike? Can't remember if you can. Would it just destroy it, or would it still be clickable too? Oh, okay. Can, but it doesn't free them. They just don't take damage. Okay, so that's actually good, right? Because you want somebody to be able to click them, like, and get the spike. So you could potentially look for that. It's not going to be like really a big deal, but if you want to, you could trap bopping them, stop them from taking damage. But when he puts that shield up, whoever looted the spike by right clicking the spike that landed on the person will throw it at the boss. It'll pop the shield. The longer he stays in the shield, he's regenerating health while he's in this. So you do want to get rid of it pretty quickly so it doesn't heal a ton, but you also need your raid topped or pretty much topped. You can see how much damage popping the bubble does here. A couple people die. How's it go, Faywin? Devo rally, yes. Yes, where's the Devo rally? That's one of the most brutal parts about TBC. Some of the damage numbers on things are so high, and you just have no raid cooldowns for anything. But yeah, that's the whole fire right there, dude. From our POV, it's pretty much just tank and spank. It's easy peasy. See if we got anything special for Nagentis. He does crush. His max hit's pretty low though, you can see. He hits like almost exactly the same as Rage Winter Chill. He does 100 more damage on Mitt than Rage Winter Chill. He does have double attack. That is the one thing to be aware of. Apparently 25% proc chance. Okay. This is good info. It gives one extra attack, has a 3-second cooldown. Okay. This is crazy intel right now. So he hits very weak, but he can proc this extra attack. And he does crush. Crazy and Wrath only raid CDs are stacked on paladins. Yeah, is it wait, so there's DSEC. Priest had the heal, right? God, what was it called? The AoE like raid heal cooldown? I forget the name. Him? Yeah, Aura Mastery, Divine Guardian. What's up, Zero? Have you done BS boots? No, I don't have the gold for it. In an infinite gold world, I would have done it, but I can't be bothered. I got the Boots of the Resilient pretty early too. Okay, okay. Yep, so Agentis doesn't need to don't worry too much about him. Supremus. So these pulls, you're just focusing like the Taskmaster. I can't remember what it does. The VOD's too long, so hard to find exact spots. Bosses don't do anything till council. For the most part, they're definitely all pretty easy, but it's also one of those things that if you like go in not knowing what you're doing, you'll probably have some unnecessary whips. So AoE. Yeah, sure as you could for sure whip on a reliquary, could see that. Potentially Gertog. Ooh, yeah, the fireballs. Was that interruptible? Oh yeah, there's also these weird evades constantly too. So you're just going up here. There's a lot of patrols here. That's the main thing to watch for. Lots of sub patrolling. These guys pull the orcs over there. They pull down flying guys too. These guys, yes, frontal breath. Face that away, obviously, and then I think war stomp also. Oh, they have the rain of fire. Yeah, that's actually quite bad damage. It looks like you have to respect that, but is movable while casting it looked like. One shot everything till mother without PTR. We were down a lot of people week one. This is all week one footage. You can see here we were like 21 manning it. The raid difficulty actually felt pretty good when you had like 20 people in here. It felt like that's what the raid was tuned for. So if you're bringing 25, yeah, it's pretty breezy. Yeah, those guys just face away. That's the big thing. No PTR to Temin and ICC. Okay, damn. Not even for Oldor? And then for these guys, like get aggro on them and then run back. It'll make them actually come down to the ground. Like that. Yeah. Might have been some 10-man stuff in Oldor. Gotcha. 10-man Oldor was so good. All right, so on Supremus, we already saw he does not crush. Where'd that go? Supremus, no crushes. Let's see, Supremus, OT, Hateful. Why does it say 30% proc chance? What does that mean? I thought it was just a regular cast he does. But like 30k average unmit hit. Does he actually cast it every 1.62? It's pretty quick. Man, I remember there being like some kind of issues here with range. Or like melee in range. There's something with like hatefuls going on melee because the off tank was too like in melee range but not close enough or something. I vaguely remember an issue there. What's up, Clear? This is pod racing, dude. What's up, Kixer? BT hype. Watch our original P3 video. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Mike definitely rough on that one. Don't worry, we got new stuff coming out. You don't have to suffer. God, dude, the brew rated. This is like so troll too, because from what I recall, it melees. I think it's actually melee right now, right? And it can parry things and like get you parries. It's so funny. It is actually just not worth pressing it. It's more likely to do more harm than good. Okay, so you have like your tank phase there. Does anybody remember the exact like nitty gritty specifics on who is a hateful target? Is it literally just second threat in melee? Like, remember how patchwork there was all these like rules to it? I think it's just second threat gets it by it, but if anybody knows any deep anybody has any deep knowledge on that, let me know. But yeah, his regular melee attacks don't really do anything. This is definitely a boss people will two-hand tank. This is the kite phase. You just run away. Although you don't need to run away. I don't think as a prop eye. I think we should be in there hitting him for sure. Yeah, does he knock people back also? I think he can just be in melee the entire time. This was week 1, so we weren't doing everything completely correctly. Oh, was there maybe an issue on him reselecting a target though? Like if you're obviously as a tank, it probably doesn't matter, but I think for other melee it maybe matters. Oh, we would even when he picked us too, we would just stand still. Yeah, we should be like and they're standing still right now, I believe. I don't think he does extra damage. I think we just go in. Yeah, the launch. So it's when you two tank? Yeah, that's like all you do. You just twist and judge. That's it. Yeah, so yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. It is a threat reset every time he does that. So I think there is a brief moment where like melee could get killed when they're in, when he's reselecting. Like maybe take a random melee. But we should just be like as a tank on him the entire time, just hitting. For sure. This trash has a lot of potential to wipe some of the stuff in here. The aggro range is crazy too on the packs with the dogs. So be aware of that. These guys though, they do a frontal. I think it silences. We want to like pull this stuff around the corner ideally. You can banish some of this stuff. There's a silence there. Uh some of this stuff gouges. I'm trying to remember what gouges exactly, but you can use sack to get out of the gouge. What's up, Ness? Do the dog skip with mages and invis. Okay, I vaguely remember that. Miko, what's up? The goat. Take you, take you. Welcome. I see you got bear in your name though. You a bear player? Where do your loyalties lie? Are you a prop pally or a bear? So yeah, there's so many silences you gotta deal with in this phase. Very annoying as a prop pally, but on the plus side, almost everything is a demon or undead. You get to exo pretty much everything. Pull the dogs away from the packs with invis because only the dogs can see invis. And they don't social the whole pack in the skip. It could be. I do kind of remember some tech like that. Bear is the natural enemy of the paladin. Exactly. Some bears are okay though. Oh yeah, it's a AoE gouge as well, right? Yeah, the entire melee there just got gouged. God, they have cookish shadows too. This trash is toxic. This pack you don't need to pull. You can just skip that, go to the side here. Um, I'm curious to see what we do here because this was week 1. We probably didn't know any tech yet, but this pack is pretty crazy. But this will actually pull from super far, just like trying to go over here. If you hug the wall here, this just pulls. It looks like there's no way it should, but those dogs, they're crazy. Been to farm Mara Dagger on Spruce. Oh, Jesus. Wait, Shadow Nova spec? What does that even mean? Yeah. So that is kind of what I remember. Actually, we could probably look up like a speed run, right? I'm sure they would use that kind of tech in a speed run. See, Black Temple speed run. Oh yeah, I wanted to see actually while we're here. What are they gonna do here? Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. This is what we did. You can actually taunt him, I think, in his actually was he tauntable? I don't think you taunt him actually, because like nothing this phase is tauntable. But you do just like go full threat on him during the kite phase and just hold him in place. That's right. Yeah, like, look at this. Nothing is tauntable this phase. It's crazy. Okay, this is the tech. For sure, do it this way. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna use this POV. They're gonna do way better stuff than what we were doing in phase one or week one. 20 manning it. Yeah, you can't. It's a very easy threat threshold to break for sure. Yeah, so this is the ideal kite phase. Is tanks are just full pumping threat and keeping him standing still as much as possible. MDs are great here too, because as Gothic said, you only need to break the 10k threat. When he switches targets, he gives the target 10k threat and drops everybody else's threat. So all you have to do is surpass their 10k threat and he stops moving. So yeah, this is how you do this phase for sure. Ideally, he moves almost nowhere at all. Yeah, we're already pretty much caught up. And yeah, you really want everything stacked up as much as possible. This patrol, let's see. This guy frontals, I believe. Oh, he does AoE too. So it could probably won't be much of an issue. You could probably just kill him through it, but oh, interesting. They actually pull this too. I think we always skipped this, but does anybody know what would be the reason to pull that? Especially in a speedrun. There's obviously a reason, but oh, somebody got feared, did they? They didn't intentionally pull it? Or did the POW get feared? I thought he just ran into it, but yeah, he might have just gotten feared. Or wait, no, POW is right there. You just pressed Holy Shield. Does somebody get feared into it? I mean, it's hard to see because his UI is kind of blocking a lot of that side, but hmm, okay. Okay, so probably just a oof, that almost pulled two. Yeah. It doesn't really make sense. So we'll for sure go with that. Somebody must have pulled that. Or got feared into it. Okay. See, you can see how far that pulls though. It's crazy from over here. It looks like they don't even bother skipping it. Looks like maybe it's just quicker, at least at this level, to kill everything. Main thing to watch out for here, there's something called, I think, Cyclone Totem. It's a totem that stuns people. That should be killed immediately. There it is right there. Villain. ETR? No, I don't think there's any testing that's happened yet. This is from last TBC. We're just watching a speedrun VOD. This is more of the same stuff. In this Akama room too, there's some dogs in here, so you gotta be really careful about where they're pulling from. We'll pull from 1,000,000 feet away. Just take this room pretty slowly. Just Make sure you don't pull the entire room on accident. Definitely very easy to do. It's what they're doing here is great. Just like be outside the room. If you go into the room, like pretty much 100% chance you're gonna accidentally pull the whole room. Ooh, late night food sesh. What do you get, Basher? A comma room is wild. Like if the raid enters that room, everything's getting pulled. You wanna just have like one person very controlled, like pulling things in here. Because those dog packs will pull from all over. And then you've got packs on the sides here, and then you got the middle. This is like a crazy speedrun tactic here. Most guilds probably aren't gonna do this, but maybe. I mean, maybe once you're a few weeks in, you do this. But week one, you're probably not gonna pull all that. Maybe you will. There's a lot though. The bubble pulls are really nice. Oh yeah, this trash like lust too. So they've already started the boss fight as well. You just talk to a comma back there. I think he's in stealth, right? You talk to a comma to start it. Um, Trash is gonna spawn from each of the sides. You just want to tank it all on the channelers. You're just trying to kill the channelers ASAP. Yeah, war's going nuts, dude. The DPS numbers get so crazy on this fight. Those mobs with the axes, I believe they cleave. So just kind of face those away. And then, yeah, just stack everything up on shade. And you just kill this. Fight's over instantly. Going up to Gorfiend. These guys with the big glowy swords, they'll throw their sword. It's kind of like a Ravager thing, just AoEs and wherever they throw it, so don't tank next to it. Ooh, Shake Shack, nice, dude. So salty this week on Solarian. Got him seed. One of our shamans lost it. Aw, dude. You're Satan. Yeah, sucks. Solarian trash sucks. Part ways with my guild over GM drama. Might be playing with Fusion soon here. Glad to brush up on BT with you before launch of the content. Hey, thank you, thank you. Sucks to hear about the guild, but hopefully you're able to find something new and better very quickly. So when you come up into this room on the right side, there's going to be some stuff right here. Just be aware. And then there's X here too. So just be careful. The Blood Bolt is in AoE, I believe. So anything the Blood Bolt hits, it's also going to hit anything near the person, I believe is how it works. So obviously they're doing crazy damage. They're very good at the game. It's not really an issue, but you could potentially get kind of farmed there. Feel super useless on trash. Yeah. There's a lot of AoE to be done this phase, especially Hajal. So they're coming into the right here. A lot of groups are just going to accidentally pull that left pack. So just, I would say week one, you probably just pull it. I mean, you know your guilds. If your guild's not good at trash skips, probably just pull that one because it's probably going to get pulled anyway, kind of. This is a lot of mobs, but most of them are super weak. It's mainly this weapon master that matters. He has different stances. Right now he's in D stance. I can't remember exactly what he does here. Oh, he shield walls. That sucks. Yeah, this is mini Nazgrim. We love the trash drops. There's actually a few good trash drops early on for Pally. There's a weapon and a shield. These grunts don't really do anything. See, moving up. Yeah, you can just. I mean, most groups are gonna kill a lot of the trash because they drop gems. The red epic gems are gonna be worth 500 plus gold each. So nobody outside of speedruns, nobody's really skipping this stuff, but oh yeah. Oh god, I forgot about this. This trash is very annoying. They like death coil, but also this skeleton guy, he's constantly resets threat. He has this cleave thing too. Yeah. This is really annoying. I hate this trash. It's not really that big of a deal, it's just annoying. The Hand of Gorefiend. These guys hit hard from what I remember. Oh yeah, they have like a frenzy kind of thing, it looks like. And then these two, depending on your raid, maybe you're pulling it with the boss. Most will just kill those before the boss. And then if you are doing it that way, you would have your raid come over here. If you like kill the trash before you pull boss, you have your raid come over here to like line of sight and be able to like very quickly get into position. If you come from the front, he just aggro's a little bit sooner. Can also go on the other side. Yeah, dealer's choice. This is like the kind of patchwork fight this phase where you just pump. He hits pretty hard, like his individual melees hit pretty hard, but there's also like nothing else happening, so it's not really a big deal. So you can see here he does crush. His top end damage is almost 28k unmit for his melees. 2-second swing timer. You can see like compared to other things, I mean, he hits about as hard as Illidan. Uh, yeah. Shiraz actually is slightly harder, but yeah. So pretty high individual hits. Just the boss is gonna die really quick, and there's not a lot happening, so not a big deal. This is a fight people generally go very, very threat heavy on because your DPS are pumping like crazy. Some of your ranged are just gonna be in melee threat too, most likely. So you just generally go really crazy threat gear. Some people will two-hand tank this. The hits are really big though, so it's a little bit scary two-hand tank, but it is doable. Think we just don't worry about Ghost off the rip or wait a few weeks. Probably right away. I mean, it doesn't have a ton of HP. It's gonna be over quick. Wait, why is he over here? These guys so long. I think this is just a mistake. I think I think it's just like speedrun stress gig too. He went over here like way, way too early. Stop worrying about ghost like halfway in and just DPS as much as we could versus running into the corner. Yeah. I mean, I'm curious what percent the boss is at right now. Even if he was gonna run in corner, for sure You should have waited like way longer to do it. A lot of downtime there, but get the link to a boss damage kill. Oh yeah, you got it. Okay. Yeah, for anybody else, it is at the end of the guide, the additional resources. Okay, so yeah. The boss is at 19% when he finishes killing the guys. So uh, keep in mind this is a speed run. They're doing a ton of damage, but he is also the very first ghost. Looks like boss will be dead before. Well, second one did go off, but boss is about to die. So yeah, as a tank, is literally just stand there, and he melees for very hard individual hits, but there's also like nothing else going on really. He does summon some shadow things, like clouds that shoot shadow bolts at people as the fight goes on. That's kind of the only other thing happening though. You don't have to deal with this ghost mechanic as a tank. Oh, the logout skip? But none of these work this time around? I would kind of expect everything to still work, unless it got changed by a final patch. Alright. We got the big Gurtog trash here. Slash reliquary. What's up, Checker? Log out reset instance. Is that what they did? You reset instance on top of it? That would make sense. Oh, the water skip in safe bins doesn't work? Where you jump into the pool right before last boss logged up port engines? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, they do the reset. Oh man. Yeah. I don't think I did sleep pens enough to even know about that last time. Any of you guys with caster mains or caster alts though probably did a lot of it, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean if that one doesn't work, then maybe, yeah. You'd see it. So these big guys, they can meteor. Good to be grouped up for them. It's like split damage meteor situation. There's something owns at this pack, right? What owns in this pack? I think it was Blade Flares, and then when the dogs die, they leave behind a poison cloud. Am I remembering that correctly? Did the Blade Flares like reset thread or anything? I remember something about them. They are prio killing them and stunning them though. So yeah, you definitely can stun them. Oh, they aggroed random people. That's what it was. Yeah, yeah. They'll like randomly fixate people and own them. So you want to just kill these ASAP. That's it. Remember something about clipping outside the raid, climbing a chain to mother? Uh, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. Yeah, there's the meteor. That's why you make sure it's stacked for this trash. Remember these guys hitting kind of hard? And then Gertog. So he's going to apply a debuff to the tank. I need to look it up. I believe it was nature damage, and it's also dodgeable and like parryable and everything. Oh, where did that go? Black Temple, good dog. Okay. Acidic wound. This is it right here. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's damage over time and reduces armor. Applied to the target of any of Gurtog's melee attacks. So any attack you dodge, parry, or miss doesn't apply it. So sometimes you could take a lot of these, sometimes you don't really take any. And 500 reduced armor per stack. You can bubble it off, I believe. Let me see. We do have my week 1 POV here. This was actually a crazy one. This is a 20-man Gurtog week 1. It was actually pretty hard. Oh, he does the disorient too. I forgot about that. You can dodge and parry, and I think it can miss also. Yeah, we love Gurtog. World first? No, we're going for, I mean, we're doing it Friday, so probably world 300, 400. Yeah, the damage gets pretty high here, though. You can see we have 14 stacks, so that's minus 7,000 armor. He's also not tauntable, correct? Where's our... Where'd our sheet go? There it is. Yeah, Gurtog not tauntable. Okay. The disorient thing, I believe it's a 25% threat drop though. And that's kind of how threat changes. Blood boil, you don't gotta worry about that as a tank. This is a thing the Rid's gonna be setting up. There's gonna be like uh groups of players all together, changing their range from the boss to keep the stacks to a minimum. Bewildering Strike, yes. He casts it randomly, confusing them for 8 seconds, forces a tank swap, since the boss will ignore a target who's confused. Is it a permanent tank swap, though? I think it's just for the duration of it. The range to understand the rotation, because that was so silly in my old guild where people just didn't understand it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually the hardest raid mechanic seen in TBC Classic up until this point. I'm not saying it's like hard, but I think it is the hardest seen so far in with everything nerfed. During the fell rage, you could bop the target. Yes. And it would stay on them, I believe. Couldn't bubble slash ice block. I think that's correct. Anybody have a better memory than me? Bop. Good. Bubble ice block bad. I think that's correct. Yeah, he has a frontal. Oh, yeah, reduces healing 50% too. Frontal breath as well. Okay, wait. I want to see how threat is affected here. Okay, it does lower threat, I think. So I'm at like 80k almost. He hits me with that. Yeah, so it's a 25% reduction. Oh, that's on the knockback. Did we see that on here? I don't even see that listed here. Yeah. Okay. So that's why you tank by the wall also. For the knockback 25% threat reduction, like Void Reaver and a lot of other stuff. And then the bewildering will just make him attack the other tank for the duration of it. Um During the bewildering though, he got his threat to a point where he fully took over even out of the bewildering. And then yeah, you just have the DPS move in front. Not sure if we were bopping at this point. Oh, okay, wait. So we kept all our threat, it looks like, too? Yes. Just want to see the transition here. So I think we kept all our threat from phase one, but it just fixates, the other person. Yeah. Okay. So you retain all your phase one threat, no threat reset there. He is during this phase he picks a person to Blood Rouge and fixates them the whole time. They're gonna have like more HP and stuff. They tank this phase. You don't gotta worry about tanking this phase as a tank. You also won't generate any threat here. But as soon as this is over, just make sure you move in front again. You'll be tanking again. Um you can attack from behind, I guess, if the other tank has it. Just so you don't get parried and can do a little bit more threat. Just be ready to very quickly turn him. Good to be off to the side here. But once you take over, just quickly turn, make sure he doesn't breath people. I want to see theirs, see if they do the bop thing. Can you actually bubble your stacks off though? I can't remember that part. Okay. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Send the bop. Okay. Yeah, bop is good tech. And then you got another pack, just like the other ones. Focus the Blade Flurry, stun it. Also, on the Blade Flurries, I believe once they fixate somebody, they can't be CC'd while they're fixating somebody, so you want to use it early. You do the stun before they fixate, I think. And then this is like a little gauntlet thing. Just come down here, kill them on the ramp. You walk in here, spawns a reliquary. That is 3 phases. First one, the closest person to him tanks it. Prop guys can do like a crazy block value set and just be the only one and like solo tank it the whole time. But if you have like a rogue or 2 rogues even, like evasion's pretty free here too. You just have them do it for a little bit. But you can see here, so it was on the pally, then the pally, the druid made sure he was like the next closest. These guys are all max range. And then the pally like backpedaled really slowly out to make sure the druid got it. And then he's making sure he's max range here. And then you just completely control who it's attacking by who the closest person is. So now you have this other bear like ready to take it, and this bear is gonna back up slightly to change the target, just like that. Now it's on the other bear. So you can do the block value set, but it's so easy to deal with. I don't think it is like super worth it, but if you feel like it, you can do that. Really quick, the second phase boss, the Reds and Shoppers one hit KO themselves. Yeah, it's gonna be good. So you have these intermission phases. You kill these ghosts, it restores all your HP and mana. And then this next phase, you deal damage to yourself when you deal damage to the boss. I can't remember the percent though. Is it actually 100% of the damage you deal back to yourself? That seems too high, but is it? Where'd my thing go? Oops. Here? Wait. Oh. It's over there. Close that one. Where's it? Here we go. We got there. Alright, reliquary. Boss design is so cool. Looks like a DMC boss. What do you mean? DMC boss? What do you mean by that? Oh yeah, okay. So this is the debuff that the first phase puts on you. You cannot be healed during that phase. You lose 100% of your armor, 500 defense. Every 5 seconds, boss choose a new fixate target, always be closest player to boss. So it only changes every 5 seconds. If you move away, don't like panic if it doesn't immediately switch to the other person. Just wait the time and it should do it. The only thing that can really mess up phase 1 is if the boss moves around and messes up people's range. Yes, he does. In Enrage. So keep that in mind. We'll take more damage at certain points. Mana drain can be dispelled. Okay, yeah, 50% of the damage you deal to the boss happens to you also. Pretty rough. He's also going to cast this ability Deaden. It makes you take 100% increased damage. Warrior can spell reflect it as any other tank, you can also use a Sheen of Zanza from ZG Rep. When you first use it, it has a guaranteed reflect on the next spell cast against you. After that first spell is just the, I don't know, whatever it is, 2% chance or whatever to reflect spells. But you can get a guaranteed reflect on it by just popping it. So can do that if you want to. A lot of times though, honestly, having this reflected onto the boss, making him take 100% more damage, will just kill people in your raid because they'll be doing too much damage. But you can do it. It is interruptible too. If you're not reflecting it, you should interrupt it. The Spirit Shock, this is a really quick cast. You want to make sure your tongues is on the boss. This will deal damage and disorient the tank, so then when you get disoriented, it's going to attack other people. Make sure you interrupt that. Oh yeah, and the Rune Shield is a magic debuff, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, 100% gas speed. I forgot about that part. So ideally, the mages want to spell steal this because then they'll do a lot of damage. But it'll also go away once it absorbs 50,000 damage, and he cannot be interrupted while it's on. So it does need to be removed very quickly so that Spirit Shock can be interrupted. And then let's see, what do we have last phase? Increasing shout damage over time. I mean, with modern raid damage, this doesn't really do anything. Spite on a random player, it makes him immune to damage for 6 seconds, but then deals 7,400 nature damage at the end. Okay, just healer thing. See, the ability used whenever boss is taunted applies a debuff to all raiders except the person who taunted, which increases threat generation by 200% for 10 seconds. And gives the boss 100% attack speed. Can be removed by 100 trank shot. Is there a reason to ever taunt him? This feels like an ability that should be paired with something else that makes you like want to taunt him. No mention of the resource damage gimmick. What are you talking about? Let me know. Because people go crazy on bull. Oh yeah, he put, what was it again? What's that debuff? Aura of Anger. Yes. Okay. Here it is. Deal. Yeah, you want to enter this phase with low mana as a prop value. Yes. Yes. Deals shout damage over time. Increases, or no, that's the Aura of Anger. Which one was it? Or no. What is the ability called? I thought that was it. It's not. Bum, bum, bum. Maybe I'm blind. Am I just missing it somewhere? Oh, Soul Scream? Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah. Boss periodically use Soul Scream, burns mana and rage in a frontal cone. So just be low resource. I believe, what did we do? We just stood away, I think, and used spells. You could lay, that'd be easy way too. This is like a 20 mana reliquary. Yeah, I do remember that now. Let's see if we did anything for it here. I'm not sure if we would have week 1 or not. Because these guys only return mana if you're close, right? So you just stand away, I think. No, we're fixated on something here, so probably not gonna do anything. I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing? Okay. I don't know why we were doing that, but okay, we were trying to get on the druid here, it looks like. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. But yeah, you could see that that did a lot of damage there. And yeah, he's constantly just draining your mana, but you don't really have to worry about it once like that damage portion of it once you're just low mana. But yeah, I believe you just stand out while they're killing the ghosts and spam heals, get your mana low. You also just lay. Yeah, we love the prop eye look. Tier 6, man. So good. Yeah, okay. You can see the prop eye here is just away from everything, spamming to reduce mana. That's definitely good. Yeah, so it looks like if you can get down to like 30% mana, that's pretty good. If you're at full though, you could get killed very quickly. Feel like it will be much slower on some of these kills with only one lust. Um, I don't think it'll be significant. I mean, on a lot of the kind of burn phase things too, they aren't very long. So they'll actually be way easier. Because you wouldn't have time to, rotate like 5 shamans through the highest DPS group on some of them. Like the Illidan phase 3 push, that'll be the same as before. Because, I mean, you weren't lusting healers, right? But probably everything else there. Don't know if they're implementing any specific nerfs. We don't. I'd be really surprised if they did though, because baseline BT Hajal is just post nerf tier 5 difficulty already out of the box. This trash has some annoying stuff. I'm trying to remember something in this pack. Was it an MC? I'm trying to remember. If you guys remember any of these trash mechanics, please tell me. I'm remembering something that maybe like reduced your armor and something that MC'd. Okay, that one sleeps. Oh, the enrage here? That might have hit hard. Shell and Link. That's up top though, right? Or are you talking about these guys? Or was the Shell and Link the big ones up top? Yeah, Succubi hit hard. I do kind of remember that. It looked like the enrage. That's probably the rough part. And out here, yeah, we got patrol and the big ones. Oh yeah, these pull separately. So like they're lined up together, so it sort of seems like they pull together. You can skip them. Like I said before, though, I don't think anybody's skipping any of this trash because of how valuable gems are, but and a speed run you would, obviously. Oh yeah, they give you this buff, makes you do crazy damage. Probably I have easier than T6 with set bonus. Yeah. I do need to verify though. I can't remember if it's 10% increase on base consecration damage or 10% overall consecration damage. I'm hoping they add it on the PTR vendor soon so I can double check that. But you could also exo pretty much everything this phase, and that alone makes threat super easy. Doesn't help you a ton for AoE, but any kind of single target thing, having that extra snap threat button to press for bosses is huge. Especially with the spell hit levels we get now too. Most people will be close to or at hit cap. So Shiraz is a lot about the pull. She will Saber Lash right away. The main tank might take a solo Saber Lash. Hopefully not, but it is possible. The other tanks should be stacked like directly on them to try to avoid that. And the Screech, we hate the Screech. 10-second silence. And take 2 seconds off with the silence reduction next. As it tanks though, you're just stacked up. Saber Lash, frontal, split damage, cleave. You can 2-tank it. A lot of people will 3-tank it week 1, but we looked at the damage before. It does seem reasonable to 2-tank it week 1 if you want to do that. Very quick fight too. HP just melts here. How much SR do you think is ultimately going to be needed? I want to say last TBC we kind of didn't really need any. We used sub week 1 and then didn't really use it again. But let me know if anybody else has different memories of that. Thornlings, can they get targeted? Oh, are they dropping Thornlings? I didn't actually see. Yeah, so that's one of the things that yeah, they're yeah. That's one of the things at TBC. A lot of boss mechanics can target totems, Thornlings, stuff like that. I don't know specifically what it's for on this fight, but trying to see. Oh yeah, wait. I kind of remember this. Wasn't this a thing? I think it actually could Fatal Attraction could target it. I sort of remember somewhere it was a 1-person or 2-person Fatal Attraction, and that's why. Had neck cape. Oh yeah, the rocket boots were the number one thing. Yeah. I think it was like rocket boots and no SR was the general play, but you could also use like neck cloak. Cloak's pretty good value because you can throw the SR enchant on it, and it's like a lower atomization point slot anyway. I wouldn't go for more than that though. Okay, yeah, I'm curious. I want to see this fatal attraction. Is that 3? It might have been 3. Yeah, I think there's 3. Um, I think you can select them though. Tree. Oh yeah, you can see it up there too. Can maybe pre-bubble it as well. That one might have been too. Let's see this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you see, this one's only 2. I don't know if it can target totems, but it definitely targets other things, like maybe pets and obviously like thornlings and stuff. So you will run into situations where you just get good RNG and it's like 2 people get it. Oh yeah, see if the log's there. Yeah. Those rails. Oh yeah, I forgot it. Like, doesn't count as a cast. I remember looking at this before. It is really weird. Um, okay, maybe just debuff supplied to friendly. Fatal attraction. I think it just like fizzles it though. Yeah, I don't think it shows up in logs. If it targets a pet, I think it just fizzles it. Because like here you see debuff only applied to 2 people. I think that's the only way you know is if it just doesn't go on 3, it fizzled on something. Don't think it ever target pets. It must just be random stuff like thornlings then. Because like it for sure targets some stuff. I thought maybe it could be pets. Yeah, I thought possibly it could be hunter pets because some mechanics can, but yeah, it may just purely be things like thornlings. I guess they do only have one hunter in the raid though. So if it could target 100 pets, it wouldn't be that crazy that we only saw like one that only did 2 people. Okay, these guys own. These guys can one shot you. What was the mechanic again? It's the beam on the ground, right? It's this thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that beam on the ground that does like the starfire? Don't stand to that. You get owned. And they try to hide it by doing this like spam moonfire on everybody too. So there's that guy. There's gonna be some patrols here too. Try not to get more than one. Do they do a like direct cast too that owns people? You can see that one at melee. That's scary. Oh, he just stood in it. Yeah, 8,400 damage. Wait, did he get rage from that? Is that tech? Wait, I gotta watch that again. I missed it. Did you get full rage bar? I think you might have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the tech. If you're a warrior, just stand in it. Get rage. Oh, this is it. L5 arcane charge. You can see it's targeting this warlock. He's gonna take a lot of damage. I think. Yeah. 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 You see the bubble go on him? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Good comms. L5 arcane charge. Priest throws the bubble. Boom. That's the tech. God, there's a lot of these guys. Do-do. Okay. If you're speedrunning, you'll do that. Otherwise, you're gonna fight that stuff. So I guess I don't fight a single one. This strategy does kind of suck. So they're basically WoW classes. It's sort of preparing you for the boss inside. But there's like priests that heal. You interrupt them. There's a rogue that poisons and stuns. I'm trying to remember what else. What else do we have here? Oh, we got like a mage does AoE stuff. Flame Strike Blizzard, I think. Pally Hodges, I think. These guys do hit pretty hard though. Definitely a pull for Iron Shield Pot, possibly Nightmare Seed kind of thing. They might be CCable. I can't really remember on that one. The rogue might also gouge you. Anybody remember this trash? But I do remember it hitting pretty hard, so be prepared to use some consumes there. All right, now we got Council. So Ret Pally hits hard. Only recall the Paladin bubbling. Rogue being annoying major way. Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah, the Pally bubbles. That's right. I think you can MD it. So look for that. Yeah. Let's see. And then Gathios. Okay, Gathios is the Ret Pally. He does not crush. Typically a Feral Druid is going to tank Gathios, and a Prop High will tank Varus, the Rogue, and Melande, the Priest. The Mage is always going to be tanked by a Mage. There's a buff they spell seal. They also start the pull. This is one of the fights where almost every wipe happens on the pull. If you make it through the pull successfully, you probably kill the boss. Like, things could still go wrong, but majority of wipes happen on the pull. Yes. The mage gets kited around by a mage. Tech evolved over first few weeks. It went from mage catting magic dude to just standing inside him, so he spammed arcane explosion. Oh. Yeah, I remembered the kiting one. Okay. The mage has like no knockback though. So you just stand like directly on him. He'll just arcane explosion. Do you still tank him away from people if you're doing that? Or is it like a cleave strat kind of thing? I'm not sure how much damage the arcane explosion does. 100% proc chance seal of blood. Does 800 damage. Okay. You just stand on him where he starts. Other bosses moved away. Gotcha. And then the rogue can crush. Does he have dual wield penalty? Forget where we see that on here. Dual wield penalty. Yes, he does have dual wield penalty. So while he can crush, you only need 81.4%. Wait, 83.4. Sorry. 83.4% CTC to be on crush against him. Oh yeah. So it's offhand 7,500, main hand 15k. And then Melanda doesn't really do much. Right back 1 second. Right, pretty sure tank him on his own as AoE on the fight. Pretty brutal with Flame Strike, Arcane Explosion, Consecrate, all overlapping. Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Although it sounds like maybe he doesn't really cast the Flame Strike if you're doing that. So the rogue is gonna vanish sometimes as well. You're not gonna take a lot of damage as a prop eye on this fight. You get to 3 target cleave or 2 target cleave depending on if the rogue's out. Spell power, spell hit, go a long way here. Let's see what they do here. Curious which mage strat they do. But the mage has a spell stealable buff, makes you take a lot less spell damage. So pull starts with mage, like mage in your raid pulling. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, you pre-bop the mage too. Pre-bop the mage, they pull. You can see he insta-spell steals this buff, and he's hitting the mage, getting threat on it. You want to interrupt Melande, get her in very quickly. Ideally, you move them like kind of towards her. They're mostly trying to create distance though between the mage and everything else. But this is pretty standard. Just pull off to the side here. Yeah, she casts Reflective Shield. It'll make people take a lot of damage if they're attacking her. We do want to do huge cleave here. Potentially, you can pull her away during Reflective Shield, prevent damage. You can also just pump. She heals. You want to interrupt that. Linked HP too. She's periodically going to get Bop and Blessing of Spell Warding. Bop makes her immune to physical, including interrupts, spell warding, magic. You do want to move out of the consecrations dropped by the Rep Pally. This does get a little weird when you're dropping one as a prop ally and the Rep Pally has got his too. But just keep an eye on it for when he's casting that. Sure you move out of it, and then do want them grouped up as much as possible for cleave. And if you're tanking the rogue, you do want to make sure you're ready to pick him up as soon as he comes back out. Yeah, so it helps a lot to just like get into melee range of Melande and drag her. We're in consecration right now, so we should be moving. There's also flame strike. There's just a lot of AoE damage on this fight. Um, yeah, it helps to get her into melee. If you just like stand away from her, she doesn't move as well. It's easier if you like get in melee and drag her a little bit. Sometimes she just pauses. Um, Rogue vanishes, resets threat, will come back out. Just we should have a timer for it, I think. I don't know why we don't. We should, do we? Maybe we do. Okay, yeah, vanish ends. Yeah, he vanishes for 30 seconds, so just keep an eye on that. Be looking around to pick him up when that timer is getting close to ending. Sure he doesn't kill your casters randomly. So he should be out right now. Yep. He comes out. He does pause for a second when he comes out too. So just make note of where he is, pick him up really quick. I think he spawns randomly though. So he could just be like out in range. Or actually, I'm trying to remember, does he spawn where he vanished from or within a certain range from it? I vaguely remember that being a thing. Let's see where he vanished from here. Oh, you can hodge him too. Maybe he might actually just reappear where he disappeared from. Oh yeah, that's huge actually. When he spawns, if you throw the Hodge on him, you can just guarantee you'll Be able to threat him enough that nobody can pull him off of you too. Generally, you'd be fine with just the judge, but can do that to completely guarantee nobody can rip him. Okay. Yeah, I want to see where he vanished from. I think he may just reappear where he does the vanish. Or within a certain amount of yards. Okay, so he vanished like right there. It's coming back out right there. It's very close, right? Yeah. He spotted like 10 yards away. I think I remember that being a consistent thing. Like he spawns very close to where he vanished from. Okay, so this one, he's going to do it bottom of the stairs, like right side. And then, yeah, he spawns over here. So it's within, I don't know, like 15 yards of where he vanished from. I believe that's a consistent thing. So you just kind of need to remember where he vanished, and he'll show up kind of near there. So this one, he's vanishing pretty close to the door. See where he reappears. Reappears over here. So, I mean, yeah, it looks like about 15 yards from where he vanished. Do we get one more? Yeah, left side or door, or I guess coming into the room might be right side. I don't know if he actually reappears on this one. No, boss does. Oh, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Is like move out of AoEs, make sure you pick up the rogue. As Vanish is ending, he's gonna appear pretty close to where he vanished from. Keep an eye on that. Oh, the Repelli Hodges too, right? And you make sure that gets cleansed, I believe, on the tank. It'll be on our barrel here. Just want to see. Yeah, the Repelli is pretty bursty too sometimes. Wait, does he actually Hodge? I haven't seen a single one yet. Oh, maybe you can grounding it? Is that what we were doing maybe? You grounding the Hodge? That could be a thing. God, he has so many abilities. Oh yeah, he has Judgment of Command. That's what made him bursty. Okay, yeah, yeah. He's got an instant cast like 6 to 7k damage attack plus hits pretty hard. Interrupt her with Earth Shock during the bop. Yeah, yeah, yeah. During the bop, any magic interrupts are good. And then during the spell warding, you want the physical ones. had so many missed kicks when we used Earthshot because it would miss. Ooh. Yeah, it is a boss mob, so that is rough. Even if they're spell like Gabby, still have the 1% that feels so bad. Oh, if you have a prowler, you can spell reflect this judgment command. That's kind of cool. I forgot about the auras. Plus 20% armor for 30 seconds or plus 250 resist magic for. So this is another thing too, is they're just get crazy magic res. There's a couple cool things you could spell reflect. The Void Sentinels also on Muru. Okay, wait. So maybe he doesn't have a Hodge. I think I misremembered that, but he has plenty of abilities. The big thing though is he's super bursty. Definitely seeing Feral die a lot on this fight. Circle of Healing. Make sure that gets interrupted every time. Absorbs 25,000 damage and reflects 50% of absorbed damage to attackers. So, I mean, you'll go through this pretty quickly. I don't think you need to, like, drag it out. Because, like, 25,000 damage is nothing. There's a lot of reflected damage, though, so. But, I mean, 25,000. It's just gonna fall off. Oh, yeah, while the shield holds, spells will not be interrupted by physical attacks. So, really, you do just want to, like, leave this in and, like, get that shield down. 25,000 is just instantly gone. Used to do crazy spell reflex on Hagel Trash when the way with all the casters. Yeah, they're all like synced up. You batch all of them. That Asgore wave 6. Scary. But it is 25,000, right? Yeah. It says a large amount of damage. 25,000 is tiny. Oh. Tooltip says that the ability prevents spell interruption from physical attacks, but it's not correct. Wow. Dude, a classic WoW tooltip that doesn't actually tell you how the spell works? Never would have believed it. Okay. I do like kind of remember moving her out for the reflective shield, but if it only absorbs 25,000 damage, man, it's gonna fall off instantly. I don't think you need to. Sounds like the overpower and mob not telling you it reduces the CD on MS. Oh, is that a thing? Jesus. What's up, Zero? Sort your bags. How do? Refresh the page. Does that count? Oh, log in. Okay. You know what? Zero, just for you, I will log in and I'll sort my bags. All right, so I think that's everything for Castle, dude. Building time. All right, I'm logging in, dude. I'm gonna sort these bags just for you. Oh, thank you, Basher. Yeah, hydrate, hydrate. Good comms. Everybody hydrate, posture up. All right. Why is it taking so long? Apparently, I got complicated bags. All right, there we go. Just for you, dude. Just for you. Boom. All right. This is a Illidan 2 tank. So this would have been a little bit later. This isn't like a week 1 kill. For sheer also, the probability of him going through all your holy shield charges is extremely low. So as a prop value, you can just spam holy shield. You don't need to time it or anything. Just spam holy shield. You'll be fine. I just wanted to check this sheet. I don't think he has dual wield penalty, does he? No. No dual wield penalty. You will be wearing a high CTC set though. So you'll have a pretty high chance of dodging, parrying, missing his regular attacks. So good fight for debuffs. Demo Shout, Thunderclap, both huge. Scorpion Sting's great. Phase 1, all you're really doing is you're moving out of flame crashes and making sure you prio your Holy Shield cast or sheer. In the guide, we've got an example of a week 1 sheer set you can use. But basically, you're trying to get 100% combat table coverage of just parry, dodge, and block. So whatever your total CTC is, you just subtract miss. That's after boss reductions. Before boss reductions, we're looking for 101.8. If you're looking at 60 up, the boss avoidance, holy shield, and boss miss chance already factor in your reductions for fighting a boss mob. So you go for the 100%. One thing you can do here, you could do a Holy Wrath right away. I don't know if we're going to do it here or not, but once you figure out the timing, it's just, I don't know, kind of nice to do. Gives you a little extra threat right away. So we might do it here. We'll see. We do not. Actually, wait. This is first kill. Never mind. Never mind. This is first kill. I got the wrong one, dude. Okay. Here we go. Here's the 2 tank. A lot of people will 3 tank at week 1. I think it's totally fine to 2 tank though. Wait. Oh, are we 23 baiting this too? What the hell? Okay. We're 23 baiting this one. Deep dive sessions can definitely get you slouching. So at 65% is going to fly in the air. I don't think we're going to do it here. We could take a look at this solo tank one after this though. I showed the Holy Wrath timing in that one. But for sure, make sure you got your cons down. Holy Shield won't do anything here. These are elemental melee attacks we're going against. So everything you learned from Hydros applies here. Melee attack power reductions will reduce the damage of elemental melee attacks. So make sure you got Demo Shout on these. It will help you. Thunderclap obviously helps, reduces the swing speed of them. Typical safe sweet spot 244 plus to push full hits off the table. Worst outcome is a 25% resist. Petrified Scarab's good here. It won't lose charges to the elemental melee attacks. It will lose charges to Illidan, like shooting you with a fireball from the air, which happens randomly. The frontal breath that the flames do, I think that's it. I don't think the ground damage actually removes them, but it might. So there are some things that will take your charges, but if your ad is dying first, you should still have some good stacks of Petrified Scarab by the end. Like it'll last long enough. That won't be a big deal. If you are tanking the one that's dying second, you won't get nearly as much value out of Petrified Scarab because you'll probably just kind of go through most of the charges long before your ad's dead. But we want to make sure we're facing away. This breath will kind of wipe the raid if it hits people. And then just slowly moving. We don't even have to move this much. We can be a little closer here, but we want to just kind of. This is like later in the phase, so we weren't trying to be super efficient. We weren't going to run out of space, but ideally, if you're trying to maximize your space here, you want to drop these like right next to each other and basically have them connected. And you need to make sure this doesn't get too far from the glaive here. They're tied to a glaive. If they move too far away, they will enrage and they'll one-shot you. So we try to keep it pretty close. This is kind of a danger zone. We're getting close to the limit here. You can tank push them though. It is potentially okay to sort of soak in the fire. Multiple fires will stack on top of each other though. Keep that in mind. If you have like 3 stacked on top of each other, you step into it, is gonna do crazy damage to you. And then once you do run out of room here, you wait for a breath and then you can just move them back. If there is an I-beam on your side, you need to make sure you dodge that. It will one-shot you. It only one-shots if the initial like cast of it hits you though. If like this blue fire on the ground doesn't actually do that much damage. It's okay to kind of stand in it. If you can avoid it, that's great, but it's not a big deal to be in it. And he just has all the fire, all the fire on his side, so he just got a fast to be in it. And it will disappear pretty soon, and then there will be a lot of room. I do want to be pretty careful of accidentally like tank pushing him though. It's pretty easy to push him, and then if melee are like too far in, he gets pushed back. He does a breath, could kill people. For that phase, also, if you have like the Fell Barrier shield from Heroic Mana Tombs, you could throw that on. Your shield isn't going to do anything that phase in terms of armor. It's all just elemental melee attacks and, some regular elemental attacks. This will be a threat reset, I believe. Yes, this is a threat reset here, so be ready to absolutely pump threat here. Good time to wings. You can see how quickly he can do damage to you there. That could have been a death. Let's see that again, because this is just the Illidan experience. So here we might have shown back here. We're obviously like trying to strafe and like keep him in front, but we might have shown back here, which is why we took a hit there. But it also just might be a regular hit. He does attack fast though. The wields. And here, pretty dangerous. But the damage does vary quite a bit. Here, this is a typical lust point. So you skip phase 3. The check for it is not very hard. Like, I think we hit it no problem here, even with 23 people. At this point, we would have had tier 6 here, though. I'm not sure how far into the phase this was, but we are missing an entire 2 DPS in the raid. We'll see how close we get to it. You do get extra time, though, on top of this, because he does this whole like RP animation. I believe it may be up to like 10 seconds. It's like a decent amount of time. So even if this timer goes off, you can just commit to like pushing him, and he'll do like a turn into the demon, get big, then go back small. He may do one cast though of his attack, which is an AoE and does a lot of damage. So it's like a AoE shout bolt thing, like AoE from the target it hits. Like here, yeah, this is exactly it right here. So we've already pushed him and we're spreading out to like make sure we don't wipe. You don't have to be that careful, and he doesn't always throw the shadow bolt, but he might. If we had stayed into, we would have got a crazy burn there as well. I mean, you see how much like damage you can do? Even with that spread out, we pushed him to 22% there. If everybody stayed in that entire time, that gets like under 15%. And then this last phase, he'll drop these traps. You don't always want to take him to traps though. It kind of depends where they are. There will be a lot of situations where it just doesn't make sense to take him to them. They'll be like low HP, it'll be on the other side of the room. That situation, you just don't worry about the trap. Here we did it. We didn't really need to, but it wasn't super hard to get there. So basically my Ev's gonna drop these traps. It could be like anywhere. So keep an eye on it. Yes, the trap near the wall is bait every time. So sometimes my Ev will be over by the wall. She'll drop a trap there, and it's very, very difficult. Sometimes maybe impossible to get Illidan to actually walk through it. And you will just like die trying to get him to walk through it. So I mean, this is kind of a borderline situation here. It's not like his HP is low enough. You don't really need to do this one. If you're standing still, you have your healers nuking into you, and the debuffs are up and everything. You can live the enrage. The enrage isn't a guaranteed kill. It is a lot of damage. I think you might say the exact. Where's the thing? I think it says the exact amount here. Illidan soft enrage. Yeah, this one. So it's going to increase his damage of what, 50%? Yeah. So 50% damage increase, and it increases the attack speed. So it's going from 1.5 to 1.15 swing speed, and 28.1 to 42.2 on mid. So he does hit extremely hard, but if you got like the debuffs up, your healers are pumping into you, you should probably be fine. But you just kind of have to make a judgment call depending on what his HP is and where the trap placement is. If the trap placement's by the wall, I would never try to do that one. It's not really going to work out for you. If the trap placement's like here where you just have to W key forward a little bit, that's easy. But she drops the trap, you drag Illidan over it, he gets stunned by it, takes a ton of extra damage. Yeah, with his HP, it wasn't really necessary. Like he's at 2%, and I think he's at 1% when he actually gets trapped here. Yeah. He's basically at 1% when he actually gets trapped. So this wasn't really a meaningful trap here. We were just playing it extra safe. But let's say he was gonna be at like 10% here. This is a good trap to take him into. But just kind of a judgment call you gotta make. And also good to just communicate. Let your raid know what you're doing. If you see a trap that you don't think is a good idea to take him to, just tell people that healers will know that means you're about to take a ton of damage and react accordingly. Oh, we had imp lay here too. When did we put that on? We just put it on like toward the end of the fight, I guess. We could have thrown it earlier, but yeah, imp lay gets you to armor cap as a prop eye. So if you do have imp lay available to you, you can just send this in the final phase. Uh, you're not really gonna die to enrage if you have this, so that would be an extra reason to not bother moving him here. Did that multiple times, tried for them, he couldn't even be put into the trap because of that close to the wall. Yeah, no. I think it is, like, technically possible, but the positioning for it is so crazy and finicky and requires, like, tank pushes and stuff, it's just not gonna be worth it. Okay, so the main thing I wanted to show here is the Holy Wrath, timing and positioning. So this is from the Solar Tank Illidan. It's just something you kinda gotta learn the timing of, but basically precast your cons next to the ad that you're gonna be tanking. Even for like a 2 tank setup, you can do this Holy Rat thing, but precast your cons where your ad's gonna be. They do have huge hitboxes, so like this will hit it no problem in that positioning. And then in the middle here, we cast the Holy Wrath. We should have actually cast it slightly sooner. Our timing's a little bit off. We would like for this cast to go off ideally right here. So we were like 1 second late. If you can get this timing better than I did here, you'll be in really good shape. But yeah, the idea is like you get the Holy Wrath off. You're gonna take enough damage to like get mana back here. That would have been a perfect lay time there too. Definitely look for good lays on this. You'll take enough damage, like you'll get your mana back. You probably, you know, won't have well, it kind of depends. You may have a lot going into this, you may not. But yeah, if you lay here, you're gonna have insane threat on everything. There are considered different social groups too. So you will get full threat on each one. It won't be split in half. That'll apply to like blessing spam as well. But as you can see here, we make sure we dodge the initial cast of the eye laser that will kill us, but it is very safe to stand in this once that cast has finished. I also for sure recommend you have some kind of weak aura timer that shows when these breaths happen. I did not have that back here back then. It definitely kept very close to killing our raid here. So this I-beam is something we do have to dodge, or we will get one shot by it. So this was awkward. I really don't know how that didn't like breath everybody, but totally planned, right? If you want, you can wear a chromatic flask that phase for extra fire res and then swap here. Obviously kind of expensive to do the swap, but if you want a super min max, that is a way you can get some temporary increase fire res for that phase. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. You guys got any questions about anything? Anything TBC Phase 3? Anything at all? Best wings? Is anybody racing? Anybody going in red at 3? Oh yeah, Netherwig, dude. Nobody's gonna do Netherwig this time. Everybody's got their upgraded Nether Drake. The paid to win Nether Drake. I still have mine, but he's very slow. It does not look like he should be that slow, but he is. Oh, okay. Arena Season 3 starts September 1st. Okay. So they're doing this again. They're starting the PvP season, the reset after. Because in Classic, it used to always start on the Tuesday of the raid coming out. So you could get some new gear going in, but yeah, you have ashes. That's so craziness. Remind me how you got it. Did you? Because a few people I know have told me they got it. Did you soft res it, or did you just win a roll? Very jealous though. I've never gotten that mount in all my years playing. Even farming it on retail, multiple characters, everything. Right killed Gale like 400 times total. Guild run, rolled it out. Oh, to those who had epic flying. How many people had epic flying? One with an 84. Dude, that's your lucky number now. Going forward, that number will always be attached to you. Oh yeah, you guys see the BlizzCon bundle? Cute little rabbit guy. Rabbitath? Wait, is he a mount? The presence of Rabbitath brings doom and despair to all who witness. Legend says that in its eyes you can glimpse the end of all things. That's so good. Damn, you won against like 10-ish people? That is crazy. Congrats on that. Whoa. He's got big hops too. Okay. This is pretty sick. What the hell is this? Dawnfire Phoenix. Whoa. That's a nice prop I set. Little Zouds out of the Murloc. Whoa. Crazy animation. This is all for retail, I guess? If I could get this in TBC, maybe I would. I guess it wouldn't make sense though. We don't have transmo. Could wear it around town though. I hope we get transmog in Wrath Classic. All right, guys. That's gonna be it. Good homework sesh. Hopefully that refreshed a lot of people's memories. Had some USD offers in my DMs. Damn. What was the highest? I could see somebody offering up to like maybe 1,000 for it if they're like really balling out. Oh, it's 310 also, right? Oh, 100? Nah. Nah. Ashes of Alar for 100. I don't think so. I'm out. Dude, iconic mount, 310 speed. I mean, it's a version of the game. There's very few flying mounts at all. So it really stands out. Yeah. Yeah. What's the price you guys would sell ashes for? I think, and for that reason, I'm out. I think it would have to be at least, God, I don't know, at least 300. 310. They got to pay at least $1 per movement speed for sure, right? Anything below $1 per movement speed, no chance. Got Ash's Kata first try after your video. Stole your luck. Oh, dude. Man, I was farming it on 5 characters a week for a while. I'm glad the video actually worked for you. That was one of my funniest videos I ever made. People kept telling me, like, oh, you filmed this on a P server. There's no way this is possible on real servers. Meanwhile, I'm live streaming, doing it like on 5 characters a week, and people are telling me like, "Oh, you faked this. You did it on a private server. This isn't real." Never seen anything like that. That's crazy. Altastro, what's up? What's up? How you doing? What was your favorite tank in Waddle K? It's gonna be Prop I. Honestly, I do really love Prot Warrior and Wrath. Don't get me wrong. Prot Warrior is awesome in Wrath. It is so fun. It's great. It gets a really bad rap for I don't necessarily want to say no reason because I completely understand why. It's because prop high largely like plays itself. You can be really successful at prop high without actually playing very well. You have like Ardent Defender to catch your mistakes constantly. Every 2 minutes you get to die as a tank. That's wild. That's one of the craziest things ever. Um Prop Warrior is very much you get out of it what you put into it. All your survivability comes from you actually pressing your buttons correctly, which is why it people think it's worse than it is. Because like they play with a prowler, the prowler is not pressing all their buttons correctly. It's just gonna fall over. That's how it works. DK boring in Wild K? I think so, yeah. I really hate Wild K DK. I love the Kata version and onwards is such a better version of the class, I think, but I really don't like where it's at in Wrath. There's a lot of jank to it. They hadn't quite figured it out. I mean, throughout the expansion, they weren't even sure like what the tank spec was. Like all of them like sort of have tank stuff. It wasn't until Kata they're like, okay, yeah, blood is the tank. Someone offered me 1K. I'm saying I would have, but I'd be a little bit richer. Oh, I'm saying I wouldn't, but I'd be a little bit richer. Okay. Forgot they didn't give you beta. Oh, for yeah, Kata. It's because I have a banned account on my BNet from vanilla, like literally from 2006. Back when they offered uh when they created like BNet accounts and like linking accounts and stuff, I added it to my account because it's like a really cool time capsule account. And a lot of like supposed permaban accounts got unbanned after like 5 years, 10 years, stuff like that. Cause like the GM that did the ban, they just put in the box like 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Mine, I don't know. The 20-year anniversary is coming up though, so maybe it was a 20-year ban and we'll get it back here. We'll see. But yeah, it's on there. I put it on the account because I wanted to like monitor it and see if, at some point it got unbanned because it's just cool time capsule. It's like OG vanilla Nax Rogue from 2006. Kind of cool. I wanted to like look at it again someday. This was like long before Classic was out, so I hadn't like re-experienced Classic or anything. I was like, man, that's such a cool time capsule. I want to check that out again someday. But now that it's like linked to my account, they won't take it off, and you're perma banned from betas now if you have a banned account on your BNet account. So yeah, hopefully someday gets unbanned and I can get in betas again. It's crazy too because I had people like literally specifically put me on the list for the beta, and like even that didn't pass this like beta ban thing. Really like the DK snap threat. Yeah, I mean the icy touch there was crazy. That is my least favorite version of tanking though, when you have spells that do like no damage, but they have insane threat modifiers. I really don't like that version of tanking. I love tanking where it's just like you do a lot of damage and you get a lot of threat for doing a lot of damage. I think that's way more fun. And it lends itself more to solos and stuff, which is fun. No Ardent Defender / Will of the Necropolis effect for Prowler. Yeah, that hurts a lot. In Titan Reforged, they gave them something. I'm trying to remember what they tied it to. Did they tie it to Enraged Regen? I think they gave the Kata version of Ardent Defender to Warrior and put it on Enraged Regen. I think that's how they did it. Having the passive is so good though. There's just so much burst in that expansion. Obviously, I'll take an on-use AD over nothing, but I feel like you probably just probably a similar thing to what the others have. I don't think Druid needs it because Druid fills a very specific niche that just on-demand off-tank role. That's just what Feral is, and I think that's fine. I don't think they need to be more than that. And they're very good at what they do. The best at what they do. But yeah, we'll see. I think we might get some fast bouncing for Wild K Annie. Gotta wait and see. We'll find out in February. Or maybe a little bit sooner. They'll probably do a short beta kind of thing. Or PTR. I guess that's what they did for TBC, right? PTR. No need to do like a closed beta at this point for third run. All right, guys. That's it for me. We do have our TBC raid tomorrow night. You want to check that out? A little bit more SSC TK. Looks like we got 5 more weeks of that. Think they'll re-add the Ret Paladin Tauntcliffe thing and Feral Druid Omen buff? I do think so, yeah. I think we get everything that was in Wrath Classic. It'll just be the final version they had at that point. It's possible they could delay when those go in. Like, they wouldn't be in phase 1, but they'd come in phase 2. I believe that's when they came in last time during Old War. So, I think for sure they're in. It's just a matter of if they're in phase 1 or phase 2. Alright, GNS, GN Austin. GN Altastro. Anybody else that's still here? Gothic. Have a good night. GG, GG. Yeah. Anybody who's PoE gaming tomorrow, good luck, good luck. Have fun in the new season. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.